Good evening. That's a good start. As you are aware, I'm a senior BBC Radio 2 announcer. I'm also a registered pauper, a certified beggar, and I was informed this very day that I'm now a fully qualified vagrant.
What about income support?
I'm wearing it. As I am destitute, totally lacking in self-respect, I feel no shame whatsoever in saying welcome to Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now looking at a very happy, very proud man. On Monday, the Variety Artists Club of Great Britain gave a luncheon in my honour. It was to give my fellow professionals an opportunity to pay tribute to my contribution to the world of entertainment over the past 25 years. It's something I'll never forget. The luncheon started at 1 o'clock and we didn't get out until 5 past. Do you know those silver hearts that they honour people with? I got an enamel kidney. And what really brought a lump to my throat and made me appreciate what a wonderful profession this is was when the chief barker said, I never realised that so many famous people held me in such respect. I couldn't believe it when Sir Richard Attenborough stood up and said, I don't think you could ever imagine how humble I felt when a lady respected by the whole nation, the one and only Dame Vera Lynn, said,
This custard's got lumps in it.
Sir John Gielgud, yes, the great Sir John Gielgud, said he felt sure that he was speaking for everyone present when he said, and he meant it. Then came a moment of pure magic that will stay with me for as long as I live. 3 of the most internationally famous people in show business appeared from nowhere and said, I'll trust you lot to spoil everything. You've ruined my day.
We come now to the second part in the final of Mastermind, which consists of the general knowledge questions. With the scores balanced on a knife edge, could I have our first contender, please? Can you tell me who wrote For Whom the Bell Tolls?
I could if I wanted, but I'm not going to.
What happened when Spinning Jenny was first demonstrated?
Nick has finished up in the car park.
Who won an Academy Award for A Silence of the Lambs?
Little Bo Peep. I'll go in the burning fire, I will.
From where do we get Demerara sugar?
Quick save.
Who defeated General Custer at the Battle of the Little Bighorn?
Accrington Stanley. After extra time.
How dare you bring this prestigious program down to the level of a farce? Don't you want to become Mastermind of Great Britain?
No, I'm as thick as the leg of a billiard table.
Then why are you sitting in that leather chair?
I only came in for a short back and side.
Now, very often on this show, I'd better answer that. It might be the phone.
Put the phone down. I shouldn't have wrong. It's got nothing to do with you, and I've got no right to involve you in my problems. One way or another, I'll have to cope, I'll have to manage. You can't help me, nobody ever has, because I'm a woman alone.
No, wait. I might be able to help you if you can just tell me what the problem is.
Neighbourhood watch.
Neighbourhood watch?
I was only trying to help the local community.
And what happened?
I fell off the window ledge.
Well, how did you come to fall off the window ledge?
I was keeping surveillance.
On what?
Anything worth watching.
And you saw something?
Chance to be a fine thing. I was just going off to sleep when I heard a noise downstairs.
An intruder.
I crept down the stairs and I saw him. A man in my own home.
What a terrible situation to find yourself in.
I was shaking from head to toe.
At the thought that he was going to try and take the most precious thing that you possessed?
With any luck. I watched him as he picked up the Victorian jewel box that the old granny left me. Victorian, solid mahogany, hand-carved and highly polished.
Lacquered?
It was by the time I'd finished with him.
You could have him detained at Her Majesty's pleasure.
Never mind Her Majesty's pleasure, how about mine?
You mean you actually tackled a full-grown man?
I did that, I did. Ooh, a man daring to break into my home. I just lost all control and hurled myself on him. The two of us rolling, wriggling and writhing on the floor. Grippling and grappling and grunting. Rolling, writhing, gripping and grappling. Puffing and puffing, grunting, gasping, moaning and groaning. Ooh, I buckled his jemmy.
What a terrifying ordeal for any poor woman to find herself in.
Oh, he was strong and full of vim and vigour. About 22, 6'1", broad across the shoulders, strong arms, a big-chested lad with the thighs. Oh, the thighs.
You should have dialed 999.
The phone's been out of order for 6 months.
Well, you should have reported it.
The engineers won't come near me. There I was. Help.
Did anyone hear your cries for help?
It wasn't me crying for help, it was him. The police came.
Did you press charges?
Why not? I'd pressed everything else.
In future, make sure that your home is secure so that nobody can force their way in.
I put a sign in window.
What does the sign say?
The key's under the mat.
Why have you put a sign like that on your window?
Because I'm a woman alone.
Meanwhile, back at the Grange, the fourth Earl, being slightly the worse for wear, had put his dentures in back to front and taken out his tonsils. Sir Toby was in one of his more amorous moods. During the playing of the last waltz, he blew gently down Lady Edwina's ear and watched in some amazement as her bloom was inflated and she floated gently out through the French windows. Lady Edwina was far from amused when she arrived back from the Isle of Man some 3 weeks later. Meanwhile...
Get off your boat!
Meanwhile, something rather sinister was about to happen.
My name is Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, private eye. I left my other eye down on the beach to see if the coast was clear. I'd been in the DA's office all afternoon. He'd been firing questions at me like a Gatling gun. He knew there was nothing on my record. I knew there was nothing on my record, so I took it back to the shop and got one with some dame singing on it. The DA wasn't a happy man. It seems that a cop had been found up a back alley lying in a heap. 48 dogs had been brought in for questioning. I climbed into my car and drove along Nonth and Wonth. Then went along Tooth and Treat. I would have driven along 5th and 6th when I was beginning to lisp. I needed some gas, so I drank 3 bottles of soda water. A big limo drove past me. It was all black. Black bodywork, black window. I watched as it crashed into the lamppost. I arrived back at my office at about 40 after 10 to 20 to 11 o'clock. I wasn't expecting any visitors, so how come the light shining onto my door? I didn't like it. I felt the comforting bulge inside my coat. If anyone started anything, I'd throw my tortoise at them. I opened the door with misapprehension and thanked her for her help. She stuck a gun in my ribs with a smile. She had a big mouth.
Inside, Marlowe, and no funny business.
She pushed me through the door. She didn't open it, she just pushed me through it. The two guys inside were built like butcher's shops.
So, you finally turned up.
It's the heat.
I don't like your mouth, Marlowe.
It's not for sale.
I'm Verna. How's your memory, Marlowe?
Not very good, Gladys.
Pass against the wall and spread your feet.
I will if you put that ferret away. These two gorillas scared me. I couldn't figure out what they were up to, so I asked them straight out, what's the angle with you guys?
2 years ago in Las Vegas, you cost us our job.
They haven't worked since.
Oh, because you complained to the manager.
You're not...
We sure are.
Let him have it.
No, fellas, no. My name is Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, Private Eye, and I never could stand the three Herberts. Hello, young lovers. This is the part of the show which we set aside for those in love. Where there is man, there is woman. When both meet, there is love.
When I see you standing before me, as you are now, silhouetted against the night sky, your eyes like diamonds outshining every star in the heavens, I remember those who mocked and said that ours was a love that would never last. What they failed to see was that you had a beauty, grace and charm, an indefinable, charismatic loveliness, which is so very rare. There never has been, and with my hand on my heart, I can say that there never could be another like you in this whole wide world.
Thank you.
Please, I know there are many things that you wish to say to me. No, I don't want to hear a word until I've told you just how much you mean to me. What we have is so very special, and we must protect that little strip of territory that is ours and ours alone. Our love is as a garden, a secret place for only us to share. I know I may sound selfish in my love for you, but I don't want anyone else to enter that secret garden and trample on your flower bed or nibble the cherry.
Thank you.
Not another word. I shall remember forever the day when we first met, the day that fate had set aside to bring us both together. Yes, it was fate that deemed we should meet when I entered J.W. Bullock & Sons Family Butchers. Established 1925, black pudding's our speciality.
Thank you.
That most divine, that most wondrous of moments, that once in a lifetime, happening when our eyes met over the pig's trotters. My heart pounded, my hand reached out and rested on yours, and I remember thinking how cold your fingers felt. Then I realized I was holding 1.5 pounds of pork sausages.
Thank you.
And there's something else which must be said. If I read much more of this rubbish, I'll be sick.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, stupid man.
Did I ever tell you about my stupid brother?
No, I didn't know you had a stupid brother, stupid man.
Oh, yes. He had an eye defect.
An eye defect.
He was cross-eyed.
Well, what's so stupid about that?
He went to Peru to join the Mounties. How's that for stupid? Oh, hey, I brought you this. I bet it's as stupid as all the other ones that you get.
Oh, it's a letter from my mammy. Oh, thank you, stupid man. Let's hear what news she's got for me. Dear Jimmy, your father was watching Mastermind the other night, and he got very pleased with himself. He can now say Magnus Magnuson. Young Tommy next door asked your father to look after his tortoise. Your father has never had a tortoise before, and he took it for a walk. It was back home before he was. He is still in agony with chilblains. You've never seen chilblains like them. Your father said if he had radishes like that, he'd get a first at the local show. Your little Uncle John was supposed to appear on a jury next week, but he has been excused as he is the accused. What happened was he caused a traffic jam on the high street. A policeman went up to him and said, "It's your fault for going too slow with that Robin Reliant." Your Uncle John said, "You try carrying it." Your big Aunt Nora hasn't given up at Weight Watchers. She's sticking it out, and they've asked her not to, as the other members can't get past to go to the cloakroom. The lady in charge asked your Aunt Nora if she could touch her toes. She said, "I will when I can see them." She's on a strict diet of salad, and she's getting desperate for meat. It was lucky that I decided to go and see her the other night, as your little Uncle John was asleep in the chair, and your Aunt Nora was creeping up on him, clutching 2 rounds of bread. The sooner she starts losing some weight, the better. She must be the only woman who can stand at a bus stop and look like a queue. That's all for now. Love, Mammy. P.S. And there's more. I would have made you a rhubarb pie, only it's grown so high I can't get it into the dish. Love, Mammy.
And meanwhile,
Get off your bum!
back at the Grange, the 86-year-old Duke was filled with joy and happiness. He couldn't believe it. At long last, he'd managed to produce an heir. It was 6 inches long and just behind his left ear. Meanwhile, a certain humble little home was about to be filled with despair.
Nell, lass.
Arnold, lad, I've seen that look on your face before, and it can only mean one thing: trouble. Tell me, lad, tell me what's happened.
It's our Polly.
Our daughter Polly? What about our Polly, lad?
She's run off with Big Harry Palethorpe.
Our Polly?
Run off with Big Harry Palethorpe.
No, she couldn't have.
Who?
Our Polly?
She's run off with Big Harry Palethorpe.
No, lad, no. Not Big Harry Palethorpe.
Aye. Oh, Polly's run off with him.
Calamity after calamity. I don't know what to say, lad.
About what?
Our Polly.
She's run off with Big Harry Palethorpe.
Polly. Polly.
Put the kettle on, lad.
Big Harry Palethorpe's a married man.
Aye. Oh, Polly's run off with him.
His wife, lad. His wife, Jessie Palethorpe. Oh, poor Jessie, her heart must be broke.
No, it isn't.
Why not?
She's run off with our Joe.
Jessie Palethorpe's run off with our Joe. Why, lad, why?
Because our Polly's run off with Big Harry Palethorpe.
A house of woe, that's what this is, a house of woe. Have you told our Maggie?
Not said a word to our Maggie.
She's a right to know, and you must tell her, lad.
I can't.
Why can't you tell our Maggie?
Because she's run off with young Willie Gusset.
No, lad, you must be shattered. Oh, I'll get you dinner. What are you going to do, lad?
Give it to the dog when you're not looking like I always do.
I can't take this in, I just can't. Our Polly's run off with Big Harry Palethorpe.
Aye.
Jessie Palethorpe's run off with our Joe.
Aye.
And now our Maggie's run off with young William Gusset.
Ah, you haven't heard it all yet, lass.
No, not more strife. I don't think I can take any more, I just can't.
Then I'd better not tell you about our Barney.
No, lad, no, not our Barney as well. You've got to tell me. I can take anything after what I've heard in this house. Who's our Barney run off with? Who?
Have a bit of sense. Our Barney's only 2.5. Did you put the kettle on?
I'm
I'm a retired knit nurse.
We both are.
I have some very happy memories of my life as a knit nurse.
We both have.
The offspring of the rich and the poor, I've held their heads in my hands.
We both have.
Often when I've held their heads in my hands and pulled them to me, they have said,
I can hear the tide coming in.
the knit nurse was welcome sight on cold winter days.
It was the only time their ears were warm.
Sometimes when I'm recalling my years as a knit nurse, I sit in the armchair stroking a coconut.
We both do.
Now I'm retired.
We both are.
Yes. Living quietly in a home for retired knit nurses. If you remember us and you're ever in this area, do come and see us.
We're not far from Itchin. My name is Brigadier General Some Man-Sized Tissues. Corporal! I don't know what this club's coming to, Corporal!
Yes, Brigadier, sir.
Fetch me a Bloody Mary.
Sir, have you ever tried a flippin' Alice?
Flippin' Alice?
Yeah, one sip and you're in Wonderland.
Just fetch a bottle of port. I'm expecting an old... he's arrived.
Man-sized. Old man-sized tissues. How the devil are you, old fellow?
It's you, Sticker. Sticker stamp. Sit down and help yourself to the port.
Oh, yes.
Looking around the club, so many of the old faces are missing.
Yes. Grand fellows. Do you recall that chap who served with us, Miles?
Miles behind.
That's the chap. What's he doing now?
Oh, retired to the country.
As I recall, he served in India. He was up at the front.
Well, I blame the courier.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wasn't he given charge of his own battery?
Yes, the ever-readies.
Yes. What was the name of his CO? Courtney something.
Courtney Act.
Yes. There's a fellow, cheers. There's a fellow, Courtney Act, yes. Yes, Courtney Act.
Yes, he was too. He got 3 years.
Yes. Didn't he try to escape from the military prison?
Oh, they nabbed the rascal as he was clambering over the barbed wire.
The devil they did.
He lost his pips.
Well, no more than he deserved. Yes.
You never married, Sticker?
Well, engaged once, you know.
Whom to?
Oh, my company commander's daughter.
Oh, I remember the fella. Borden lodgings.
Yes. We never married, you know.
Why the devil not? Dash fine-looking gal.
Yes, she had another.
Unusual?
Yes.
And you know...
Well, I've never told this to a living soul. But I'll tell you, man-child.
Go on.
I did have a slight indiscretion, minor imprudence. It was many years ago now.
Secret safe with me, Sticker. Oh, yes. Corporal!
Sir.
Good Lord.
Daddy!
My hat!
My coat, I'm leaving.
It's the highlight of the Music Lovers Week as we welcome the husband and wife singing duo of Daphne and Cyril Billington. I think the warmth of that applause tells you both how very welcome you are.
My dear fellow, I can only say when one hears the applause like that, one feels not only the very deepest gratitude, but also terribly grateful.
Cyril, darling, I couldn't have put it so graciously myself.
My dearest Daphne. It must be said, dear boy, it must be said that without Daphne, we wouldn't be where we are today.
My darling Cyril.
It was indeed a most fortunate day for me when I met Daphne.
Darling Cyril, you're so kind.
When was that first meeting?
I'd only just started out on my career, and I was singing in a light opera by Giblets and Sullivan.
Who, dear?
Giblets and Sullivan. You can't possibly say that you haven't heard of them, darling.
Oh, no, darling. I've heard of Gilbert and Sullivan.
Started, have we? Look, if you're trying it
Can
on.
you remember which operetta it was?
One never forgets one's debut. It was HMS Pinnacle.
Oh, dearie me.
It's going to stick one on me again.
HMS Pinafore.
What did I tell you? Just one more word and I'll...
Daphne, darling, heart of my very heart, my little treasure. I was going to say that I shall never, ever forget the tremendous impact you had on me when I saw you in one of your earlier shows in the West End.
Cyril, darling, how sweet of you to remember that show.
Which show was that?
Hit the deck.
She came on and fell flat on her face. At that time...
At that time, you were on probation, and the least said about that, the better.
That is positively obscene.
That's what the magistrate said.
Selling firewood without a license can hardly be described as obscene. Times were very hard, and there was little work in our profession. I admit to being out of work, and that remark hurt me deeply.
Well, this time I have to agree with Cyril, Daphne. When times are hard, a man must try anything to earn a crust. I think you were out of order that time.
Listen, Jock, I couldn't give a toss what you think. Week in and week out, he makes a holy show of me in front of everyone. Right, you love embarrassing me, so let's see how you like it.
I don't think this is going to do a great deal for my ego.
That's as much as I can take from the pair of you. This is my show, and you come on here every week, and you do nothing but fight like cat and dog. I've had enough. You'll not be invited back again.
Now, my dear fellow...
Darling, you wouldn't do that to us. Appearing on this show means so very much to us.
Well, maybe I was a bit hasty.
We really adore each other.
Cyril and I are so very much in love, darling.
So very much in love.
And to prove it, only this very afternoon I bought my darling Cyril an LP featuring his favorite Italian opera singer.
And who's that?
Lucy Arnold Pavarotti.
Who?
Lucy Arnold Pavarotti.
Luciano Pavarotti.
You've rotten well done it to me again, haven't you? I'm sorry I got his lousy name round. It's Luciano Pavarotti.
Bill, quick as you like.
You great what, Welly, I'm up to here with it.
I think we all are. You have been listening to Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket, with Bill Pertwee, Peter Goodright and Noreen Kershaw. The script was found wrapped around a portion of cotton chips by Eddie Braben, and the show was produced at the Club Theatre Altrincham by Mike Craig, who is now selling firewood without a license. Good Lord, have these people no pride, no self-respect? I know I haven't. Lord bless you, Gav, you're a toff.
Excuse me,
Oh, hello, stupid man.
do you read comics?
Yeah, I read the Beano and the Dandy.
Well, who is Keyhole Kate's brother?
I don't know, stupid man. Who is Keyhole Kate's brother?
Lloyd Grossman. Who would be in a show like this? Thank you.
But I just keep on blowing bubbles. I'm forgetting all my little troubles. I'm forever, ever, and ever blowing bubbles. Lots of pretty bubbles. Big fat bubbles in the air. All over the country.